Hello and welcome to All About Community. My name is RLHarris and I am your host. I am so excited. You know why I am excited? I'm excited about the fact that we are now going to elect, for the first time in the history of Alameda County, a black district attorney. And I have one of those candidates here today with me, Miss Pamela Price. Welcome to All About Community, Miss Price.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be here again.
But first, let's talk for a moment about your stellar background. Matter of fact, it is an exciting background. Let's talk about that for a moment.
I am truly a blessed child of God, and you know what that means.
I do.
My whole life is a miracle, having made it from the foster care system and the juvenile justice system to go to Yale College and graduate from Yale and come to UC Berkeley and graduate from Bolt Hall School of Law.
My old alma mater.
Yes, sir. And to be blessed to get a great education and then have a great career in Alameda County.
And what has been your professional background as a lawyer?
I started off at Bayview Hunters Point Community Defender's Office.
Well, I defended them one time.
Yes.
When they were sued by the Oakland Police Department for libel and slander.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the Bayview Hunters Point Community Foundation was a tremendous nonprofit that had federal funding, a unique program. There was a drug program, there's a community outreach program, and then they hired a bunch of lawyers to defend the people of the community, and I was blessed to be one of those lawyers at the outset of my career. So I got a great foundation, great training by some really fabulous, committed lawyers, and then went from there doing civil litigation. Once again, I was able to be mentored and trained by someone who you knew well, Mr. Felix Stuckey.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I knew the late Felix Stuckey
That's
quite
right.
well.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he was one of my fraternity brothers, Kappa Alpha Psi. Had to get that in.
Well, he was president of Charles Houston Bar
I
Association.
know.
He was a great lawyer in this community. He loved Oakland. And Felix saw me in a courtroom one day and reached out to me and said, I need an associate. And so he hired me. And I got a chance to work for him and be mentored for him for about 6 years. And then after 10 years, I went out and started my own practice.
All right, and I understand you did well because you appeared before the United States Supreme Court.
Yes,
the highest court in the land.
Yes, there's only a few of us in the
know.
Bay Area that can say we've done
that.
And I'm one of the few black women. There's less than 10 black women in the history of this country that have been able to do that. And I got to go on behalf of a black electrician to argue a racial harassment case. So I was just thrilled to be there.
I know how you felt because I stood before the United States Supreme Court and argued a case for big old white corporation called PG&E.
Yes.
And I won, and you won.
I did. I won. And
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now let's talk a moment about, you've run for office before, is that correct?
Yes.
And what offices have you run for before?
I am an elected member of the Alameda County Democratic Party Central Committee. I represent Alameda, all of San Leandro, and the largest part of Oakland. It's the 18th Assembly District. So I ran for that seat in 2016 and got the largest number of votes of anyone because 8018 is the largest assembly district in our county. So I got more votes than anybody in the county in 2016, and then I was reelected in 2020. So I've served in that capacity.
And now you're running, I believe, for the second time as District Attorney of Alameda County.
Yes.
Why do you want to be the District Attorney of Alameda County?
Because I'm a drum major for justice.
Drum major for justice. Now, this is a unique race because all four candidates are black, which means that we will have a black district attorney in Alameda County for the first time in its history.
Yes.
What's the significance of that?
It's important in terms because representation matters, but as you and I well know as lawyers, there's a huge difference between Thurgood Marshall and Clarence Thomas. So we have to be mindful of that.
Difference.
A world of difference.
They shouldn't even be in the same room.
Well, that's how I feel about this race, quite frankly, because because I think we cannot just look at the race of the participants. We have to look at what they bring to the table and what is the vision of justice. Not only is it the first time we'll elect a black person, it's the first open race that we will have had since 1939.
1939 will be the first time we've had an open race such as this.
Yes, it's just been passed down since Earl Warren left in 1939.
Ooh, that's right.
This seat has been passed down, passed down, passed down. And so this is the first time that the people will actually get to say, what kind of justice system do we want to have in Alameda County? And for me, do we want to have a Clarence Thomas justice system or a Thurgood Marshall justice
Thurgood
system?
Marshall, all the way. Now, we're going to get into specific details later, but look in the camera and tell the viewers, why are you running for district attorney?
Yeah.
And we'll go into specifics later, but convince the viewers that they should
I'm
like
running for
you.
district attorney because I have been embraced by Alameda County. I'm a drum major for justice, and I got to become the kind of lawyer that I wanted to be to serve this community in Alameda County. For 30 years, I've been here representing everyday people, solving problems, holding police and corporations and institutions accountable, and that's what we need. We need a minister of justice. I've been a member of the faith community here ever since I got here, and so we need someone who has the moral courage and the integrity and the vigor and the wisdom to make our criminal justice system transparent, equitable, and hold people accountable. That's what we need in Alameda County.
When you say the moral courage, what do you mean by that?
I mean, it takes, our system is broken. Our criminal justice system is broken, and it has had a terrible, devastating impact on communities of color. The racial disparities within our criminal justice system, to me, are immoral. And so we need someone that is actually really triggered by that, who also understands that victims of trauma and violence need a helping and a healing hand. So it's not just a by-the-books administration of justice. It's justice with compassion.
A helping and healing hand. With that, we're going to have to go to break. I'm sorry, I don't want to stop, but we have to stop. So put that remote down. Don't touch it. Put it down. We will be right back with All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and we're talking with Pamela Price, candidate for the Alameda County District Attorney.